From the dawn of time, there have been two different kinds of thinkers. Those who think outside the box, and those who get squashed by big dinosaur feet. In fact, most humans only use a fraction of their brains. That's why scientists at the Brainetics Institute have developed a new and better way to incite your neurons and stimulate your synapses like never before. Introducing Brainetics. Brainetics uses magic,
cool,
mental math,
you guys are awesome,
brain teasers, and more to build stronger, healthier brains in 99 different ways. And the mental heavyweight champ of Brainetics is Mike Beister. And his motto is,
you can do it too. Just believe in the power of your brain.
Brainetics.
It's a no-brainer.
Hi guys, welcome to Brainetics. You are going to have a blast learning to do amazing things with numbers in this show. And guess what? It won't take any math whatsoever to learn them. You'll be able to challenge your friends and parents to make a magic square, a box where all the numbers add up in every direction, up, down, across, diagonally, except you'll know the secret of how to do it. Then you can amaze your friends by telling them the day of the week for any date in the last 100 years or the next 100 years just by using your mind. And finally, you will learn a really cool card game that you can either play against a friend or use as a mystifying trick to figure out a missing card. It's all coming up, so get ready. And by the way, if you miss anything or just want to learn more about any of the things I show you, you can use your playbook or go to our amazing website. The really cool thing is, the more you learn and the more you practice, the faster and more efficient your brain will become.
Welcome to Brainetics, everybody. I'm Meredith, and I am super excited to be exercising my brain right now big time with everybody here and all of you at home. Before we start, I want to introduce you to our incredible Brainetics All-Stars. The blue team, the orange team, the green team, and the red team. They'll be competing for all-important team points in our mental math challenge. And just like you at home, this is all new to them. But they're not worried, because our coach is the awesome math master Mike Beister, and the things he can do with his mind, well, it's pretty mental. So, without further ado, here he is, Mike Beister.
How are you?
Good.
Okay guys, I am so psyched and so ready to go. I hope you're ready, because I'm going to give your brains a heck of a workout, and the energy level is going to be really high. So I want you to feel it, because I feel it. We're going to get right to it. Does anyone know what a magic square is? Okay, magic square, a couple people? Okay, let me explain. A magic square is a box, and here is a 5x5 box, where all the numbers that are used are different, but all the numbers in each row across, each row down, and each row diagonally add up to the same thing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a magic square out of a number that you guys pick, and it's going to add up. Every row across, down, and diagonally will add up to the same thing. And I'm going to do it in my head. I'm going to face you guys. I'm not even going to write it on the board. Now, I need someone to give me a 3-digit number between 100 and 500 that ends in a 0 or 5. Brianna, go ahead.
275.
Okay, 275. Now, Meredith is going to write the 275 there, but before I do it, you guys got to double check this to make sure I'm doing it right. I can't just, trust me. So I'm going to ask each you guys have calculators, each you guys are going to add up a row across, down, or diagonal and see if it adds up to 275. Kathy, add the first row across, Nikki, second row across, Andrew, third row across, Judy, fourth row across, fifth row across. Jackson, starts first row down, second row down, third row down, fourth row down, fifth row down. Left diagonal and right diagonal. Okay, see if the numbers do not add up to 275. And I'm going to do it in my head, because I've been doing this a long time, so I'm sort of used to doing it. I'm facing you guys. I will never turn around. Here we go. Are you ready, Meredith?
Yep.
Okay, first row across, Meredith, the numbers are going to be 59, 66, 43, 50, and 57. Meredith, the next row across the numbers are going to be 65, 47, 49, 56, and 58. Meredith, the next row across the numbers are going to be 46, 48, 55, 62, and 64. The next row across the numbers are going to be 52, 54, 61, 63, and 45. The last row across the numbers are going to be 53, 60, 67, 44, and 51. Did everyone get 275? Cool, you guys are awesome.
Let me see what I got today. It's the same old thing. How about you?
I got something different, a magic square.
You mean like a brownie square?
No, a magic square's, well, magic, because you can pick numbers in any row, any column, any diagonal, and it always adds up the same. Even upside down it works.
Hey, it does. Awesome.
And there are tons of different kinds of magic squares.
Sweet. Want to trade?
Okay, now I know a 5x5 is a little tricky, so to start out, we're going to do a 3x3 magic square, which is sort of like a tic-tac-toe board. Now I'm going to make a tic-tac-toe board on the board, and what we're going to do is we're going to have a little competition, and you're going to have to fill in the numbers 1 through 9 and see if all the rows across, down, and diagonally will add up to 15. And the first group that could do it will win the first competition. Okay, we need someone from the orange team and someone from the green team to come on up. Okay, Judy, ready to go? Remember, every row across, every row down, every diagonal has to add up to 15. You're using the numbers 1 through 9. Ready, go.
There are other magical figures besides squares. Triangles, stars, cubes, tetrahedrons, even magic dodecahedrons.
Okay, I can see you guys are struggling. Here comes hint time. There's not one right answer, there are a bunch of right answers, but none will work unless you put 5 in the middle first. Go ahead, try it now. First one that's right, ring the bell. Check it out. That's awesome, Judy. Point for the orange team. You guys rock. Okay. You can see a 3x3 is sort of tough. It took you guys a while. Now I'm going to teach you guys how to do any size magic square as long as it's an odd number grid. So we're going to use a 5x5 magic square, sort of like what I did in my head. Now Meredith is passing out clipboards. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you guys how to do a magic square. And to make things easier, we'll just use the numbers 1 through 25, and the magic square will add up to 65. Now, when I do a magic square, I always put the smallest number in the top center. So since we're using the numbers 1 through 25, I want everyone to put 1 in the top center square. Okay. Here are the directions. I will say them a few times. They sound complicated, but they really aren't. For every successive number, you have to move up 1 square and to the right 1 square. But if you can't go up because you go outside the magic square, then you have to go to the bottom row. If you can't go to the right because you're outside the magic square, then you have to go all the way back to the far left. I'll explain. 1's here. Up 1 to the right 1 is what you have to remember. Up 1 square. You can't go up because you're outside the magic square, so you have to go to the bottom. And to the right 1 square, 2 goes right here. Up 1 square. To the right 1 square, 3 goes right here. Up 1 square. You can't go to the right because you're outside the magic square, so you have to go all the way back to the far left. 4 goes right here. Up 1 to the right 1, 5 goes right here. Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. Okay, I can see you guys probably think up 1 to the right 1, we're stuck. This is the last direction, and this is the one where most people have a problem with because they are so concentrating on up one to the right one that they have trouble sort of multitasking. Every fifth number you have to stop. In this case, after 5, 10, 15, and 20, stop, and the next number goes one square directly beneath it. 6 goes right here. Up 1 to the right one, 7 goes right here. Up 1 to the right one, 8 goes right here. Up 1, you can't go up, so you go to the bottom. To the right one, 9 goes right here. Up 1, can't go to the far right, so all the way back to the far left, 10 goes right here. Every fifth number, you drop one. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Every fifth number, drop. 16, up, can't go to the right, far left is 17. Can't go up, bottom, right is 18, 19, 20. Every fifth number you drop. 21, 22, up, can't go to the right, far left is 23, 24, and 25. The magic square adds up to 65. Everyone kind of get it?
Put the smallest number in the top square, stick it in the center, not way up there. For each number after, move it up one space, then a square to the right. Now come on, keep pace. If you can't move up cause you're on the top row, move down to the base. Now don't you be slow, so you can't move right cause you're on the fifth column. You mosey down the row to the very first column. After each fifth number, 5, 10, 15, down one square more's where the next value goes. Now y'all looking good, so continue like before. That's it for my hoedown, there ain't no more.
Say you want the magic square to add up to 100. You take that number, you divide it by 5, 100 divided by 5 is 20, and then you subtract 12. Divide by 5, subtract 12. 100 divided by 5 is 20, minus 12 is 8. 8 would be the first number, and that goes in the top center square. And then it's up 1 to the right one, up 1 to the right one. Continue on the same way as before. We're going to have a little competition. The same thing. I'll give you a number, you'll divide by 5, subtract 12, and the person that fills in the magic square the fastest rings the bell and wins. How about we'll get a member from the blue team and a member from the red team? Okay, I'm going to give a number. Figure it out what it is on your calculator, the starting number, and then compete. The first person that rings the bell, I'll check the sheet, wins. Ready? The number is going to be 135. Go.
Want to compete with the All-Stars? Pause the tape and review the steps in your playbook. Come back when you're ready.
Come on, guys, you could do it. A lot of focus. Don't forget every fifth number you drop one. They're awesome. Let me check you out, Tabitha. 84, 135, 135, 135, 135, 135. Perfect. You guys are awesome. Point for the red team. Good job. You guys are awesome. Great job, guys. So, got a grip on magic squares? That was a good exercise in following directions and focusing, plus thinking about patterns and numbers. In fact, one definition of math is the study of number patterns. Think about that. Now, what if someone gave you any date from 1900 to 2100 and you were able to tell them what day of the week that day fell on. How cool would that be? Want to really freak out your parents and friends? Tell them you know the day of the week they were born on. We're going to get to that in a minute, but first check out some really cool calendar facts.
Yeah, time flies, but with us calendars, not so much. We take our time to show the big picture, organizing long periods into little units, you know, months, days, and so forth.
But the cool thing is, we have like hidden properties that reveal fascinating patterns with numbers. Because whenever you have a sequence of consecutive numbers, you're gonna have patterns, dude.
There are about 40 calendars used in the world today, and we use the Gregorian calendar.
I have a cycle of 400 years, but guess what? The 13th is more likely to be a Friday than any other day. That's just the way I am.
So here's a question. What do you get when you cross a kangaroo with a calendar? A leap year, mate. You know, when you think about it, calendars are sort of predictable. Plus, they're always there for you, day in and day out. Kind of like a pet, you know? Only flat. Okay, never mind. But hey, it's time for round 2 of the Brainetics Mental Math Challenge. Hey, Mike, what are you doing over there?
Meredith, I'm asking each child their birthday, and I'm telling them the day of the week they were born.
Cool.
Something I do for fun. Okay, go ahead.
February 8th, 1998.
You were born on a Sunday.
November 10th, 1995.
Friday.
June 11th, 1997.
June 11th, 1997, Wednesday.
July 17th, 1994.
Sunday.
March 26th, 1997.
That's a Wednesday. Cool. Okay, guys, now you saw me do it. Now I'm going to teach you guys how to do it. And the cool thing about this is all you have to do is follow the steps. I will give you all the steps. All you have to do is punch the numbers in the calculator. The cool thing about math is if you follow steps, you could do anything. You really could. I'm going to teach you guys how to do some of the coolest things ever. If you follow the steps right, you will get everything right. If you make a mistake, then you will get some of the problems wrong. So that's why I do this. This is a great test to follow directions. Okay. Now, on your sheet, you should have a code with the months and the days of the week. I'm going to give you a number to put into next to each month and next to each day. Here we go. Next to January, put in a 1. February, 4. March, 4. April, 0. May, 2. June, 5. July, 0. August, 3. September, 6. October, 1. November, 4. And December, 6. Next to Sunday, put 1. Monday, 2. Tuesday, 4. Wednesday, 5. Thursday, 7. Friday, 8. And next to Saturday, put the words no decimal. Okay, now you've seen me do it. Now it's time for you guys to do it. I'm going to pick one of your birthdays, and I'm going to give you guys all the steps, and then we're going to have a little competition. Okay? Who wants me to pick their birthday? Come on, come on, come on. Nikki, go ahead.
January 4th, 1995.
Okay. I'm going to put on the board here, January 4th. 1995. Here are the steps. Step number 1, start out by taking the last 2 digits of the year. Now, Nikki was born in 95, so I'm going to start out with 95. So step 1, we're starting out with 95. Step 2, take that number and multiply it by 5. Step 2, 95 times 5 equals 475. Step 3, take that number and divide it by 4. 475 divided by 4 equals 125. and 18.75. Step 4 is the tricky step. If there is a decimal after step 3, erase that decimal and everything to the right of it. So 118.75 becomes 118. You're erasing it and everything to the right of it. So step 1 is the last 2 digits of the year. Step 2 times by 5. Step 3 divided by 4. Step 4, erase the decimal. Step 5, add the month code. Now Nikki's born in January, so I'm going to add 1 to my number. I know January is the first month, so it might be a little confusing. If she was born in June, June's the 6th month, I would add 5 to the number, not 6. So you're adding the month code. So we have 118 plus 1, which is the month code, and you have 119. Next, you add the date. Nikki was born on the 4th, so you add 4 to this number. Step 6, add the date. 119 plus 4, which is the date, is 123. And the last step is you divide by 7. 123 divided by 7 equals 17.57142. The first number to the right of the decimal is a 5. You look on the board, 5 is a Wednesday. Now, if you divide it by 7 and there is no decimal, it divides out equally, like if the number was 70, divided by 7 would be 10, there would be no decimal, then it would be a Saturday. Does everyone understand all the steps? Aubrey?
Do you always multiply by 5?
Yes, always multiply by 5 and then divide by 4. Abby?
What if it's a leap year? Do you do anything different?
That's a good question, Abby. The only difference is on a leap year. If it's January or February, it is 1 day earlier. Okay, guys, now instead of calling one person up, we're going to call a whole team up. 2 whole teams. We'll call up the orange team and the red team. Okay, come on up, bring up your clipboards, bring up everything. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys 3 famous dates of the 20th century. Judy, I want you to do date 1, Christopher date 2, Samantha date 3 for your team, Max date 1, Tabitha date 2, Abby date 3. When you have figured out the days of the week of all 3 dates, ring the bell. And you might say, Judy might say Monday, Christopher say Thursday, Samantha say Saturday. If you're all right, I will say right, you guys win. If one of you makes a mistake, I will say wrong, and then go back and work. The first team that gets all 3 of them right will win. So I have the dates right here. Let me keep them hidden. Put them right up here. When I turn it around, I will say go and start. Ring the bell when all 3 of you are finished. On your mark, get set, go.
Want to compete with the All-Stars? Pause the tape and review the steps in your playbook. Come back when you're ready.
Follow the steps, guys. You guys could do this. Focus, concentrate, follow the directions, and you'll get it done. Do not skip a step.
Take the last 2 digits of the year. Multiply by 5. Divide by 4. If there is no decimal, skip to step 4. Otherwise, just use the whole number. Add the month code by using the chart. July is 0. Add the date. In this case, the 20th. Divide by 7 using a calculator. Look for the first number to the right of the decimal point in step 6. It's a 1. Go to the chart and you see that 1 is a Sunday. So July 20th, 1969 was a Sunday.
Come on, guys, you can do it.
Okay.
Okay, what are they?
Sunday, Friday, and Thursday.
Wrong.
Sunday, Friday, Monday.
You guys rock. Good job. You're awesome. Good job. You guys are great.
There are lots of cool facts and tricks you can do with a calendar. The year 1961 is the coolest. It can flip and still read 1961. No other year will be able to do that trick until 6009. Mark your calendar. The middle number of any 3 dates in a row, side by side, up and down, even diagonally, is the average of the other 2 numbers. And here's a tricky one. Some months have 30 days. Some months have 31 days. How many have 28? Every month has at least 28 days. Just checking. Finally, what comes next? J, F, M, A, M, J, J, A. S, because in this series, J equals January, F equals February, M equals March, and so on. S equals September.
So, do you think it will amaze your mom or dad when you tell them what day of the week they were born on? Challenge a friend to see who can come up with the correct answer first. In your playbook, you'll find the number grid I showed you, plus all the information you need to practice. In no time at all, you will be able to perform this skill without a calculator, completely and totally mentally.
Okay, people, line up. Now pick a card, any card. Hey, good choice.
Now, what are the chances that one will be an ace? Since there are 4 aces in a deck of 52 cards, the probability is 4 in 52, or 1 in 13.
At least I have a big card.
The investigation of various outcomes in card games, figuring out the odds, was the beginning of modern probability theory.
You think that's true?
Probably. Bada bing.
Cards are a fascinating way to see patterns in numbers. Plus, they have a really cool history all on their own. At one time, the King of Hearts represented Charlemagne. The King of Diamonds was Julius Caesar. The King of Clubs was Alexander the Great. And the King of Spades, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. Who knew? No, I'm just joking. I made that one up. But really, it's true that the French came up with all the different suits and the different colors and shapes that we use today. Americans added one thing. We invented the Joker. Imagine that.
Hey Meredith, how you doing?
Doing good.
And Joker rhymes with poker. Man, it's a really nice choker you have on there. and luckily I have a deck of cards here, and I'm going to teach you guys a really cool card trick. Now, I use cards a lot when I was a kid growing up because it is a great test of pattern awareness and it helps you with mental math. Now, I'm going to show you a trick here, and I'll explain the trick as we do it. And the cool thing about this trick is there's a lot of different ways to do this trick. So Meredith is going to pull 2 cards out of the deck. The only thing I'm going to ask Meredith to do is, if the cards add up to 10, let's start the trick over again, because the trick won't work if like it's an ace and a 9, a 2 and an 8, a 3 and a 7. And only 4% of the times the cards really add up to 10. So most of the times it will work. So we're good. Okay, I'm going to make 10 piles out here. Now, anytime I see 2 cards that add up to 10, like a 6 and a 4, I will cover them. 6 and a 4, 8 and a 2, and an ace is 1. So just to make it a little more exciting, anytime you see 2 cards, just call them out. Just say them.
Ace and 9.
Ace and 9.
7 and 3.
7 and 3.
2 and 8.
2 and 8, good. 10 is alone. 5 and 5. Come on, I see one. There you go. Oh, guys, now if there's a Jack, Queen, King all up at the same time, you could say Jack, Queen, King, but they all have to be here at the same time. So Jack, Queen, King. See anything? 5 and 5. I don't see 5 and 5.
3 and 7.
3 and 7. 6, 4. Come on, I see it. 5, 5. 9 ace. Come on, come on, come on, come on. 6, 4. 9 ace. Jack, Queen, King. 10. 10. Jack, Queen, King. Ace and 9. Okay. Now, if there were ever a time where there were no piles available, I could just start a new pile. Now I'm out of cards, so I have to pick them up in groups of 10. You want to call something out? 8 and 2. 8 and 2. 10. Jack, Queen, King. Now, what would make this card 10? And what would make this? What would make this card 10? 4 and 7. Okay, are those 2 cards? Cool. You guys are awesome. Okay. So, if you do not see a combination, you add an extra pile. So we are going to have a competition. Everyone, get back to your places, and we are gonna rock. Okay, guys, we're ready to go. I've taken 2 cards out of 2 different decks. I put 1 deck onto each podium. When you know which 2 cards I pulled out, ring the bell, say the 2 cards, and if you're right, I'll say you guys win. If you're wrong, I'll say do it again. Okay? So ring the bell when you know the 2 cards. Okay, how about we'll have the blue team? How about we'll have the green team? Come on up. Okay, when I say go, start. Do not ring the bell until you know the 2 cards. Okay, on your mark, get set, go. Come on, guys, you can do it. Speed, speed, look at the patterns. Ring bell. You guys are good. Good job, guys. You're awesome. Okay, guys, you're awesome. Let's go back to our tables.
Good job, guys.
Good job.
Good job.
Did you enjoy Take 10? There are other versions of this game in your playbook. Pull out your card deck and try Take 11, or 13, or 14. A deck of cards has red cards and black cards. How many cards do you have to take before you are guaranteed to have at least 2 cards of the same color? 3. In the worst case, the first 2 cards you draw will consist of 1 black and 1 red. The next card is guaranteed to match one or the other.
So, did your brain get a good workout? You guys at home are amazing for joining us to boost your brain power. Remember, anything you might have missed, you can pick up by watching the DVD again, and you can test yourself in the playbook or at the website online. Practice using some of these tricks and number methods with your family and friends. They will be so impressed, and they will wonder, how did you do these things? And this is just the beginning. I can't wait to show you even more tricks and games, and best of all, more amazing mental calculations that will totally blow away everybody you know. So congratulations for having an open mind and having some fun with numbers. And remember, keep thinking outside the box.
So it was a really cool day of math, huh?
Yeah.
So what was your favorite thing, Chris?
Well, I like the magic squares a lot because it's so amazing how he figured all that out in his head.
I know. It was really, really fantastic. How about you, Abby? What did you think?
I like the magic squares too. I actually figured it out on my own. A miracle. And because when he gave the hint of the 5 in the middle, you could really like isolate the lines. The cross and down.
Right, and up and down and diagonal?
Yeah.
Mike showed me that there's a lot of things that you can do with calendars, like how he guessed about what's your birthday and stuff. What day
What day of the
birthday.
week, right.